All right, shalom, shalom. First things first, I want to give our honor and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. And we say, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. We give double honors to our apostle elders, which are the apostle elders, the great millstone, which feed us with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. This is just a quick video. This was shared a little bit ago, and the spirit had it where I just this came back into my mind. I had the page saved, so just bringing it back up, man. Esau knows he cannot deal with the chariots. Okay, and when this is not talking about the Esau's so-called reverse engineered, which they ain't reverse nothing, because it's impossible for the chariots to crash. Okay. So let's jump into this. This is title of the video. This is from New York Post. So it's a pretty credible site. But the main point is here that it says Congressman issues grim warning. Grim warning. So that's why the Lord is fighting. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes. We only see our daily lives. But the Lord said he fights for us in more than one, just like when Israel got up, and this is in the Old Testament, that the angel had smitten the enemies of Israel while they were sleeping. So it wasn't even, they didn't even need to see it. But they came, when they woke up, they seen the damage and the destruction and the chaos. All right. So when the Lord does and sends his angels, they get things done. All right, so let's read this article, and I got a few precepts just to back up everything, and then we'll close out. Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson, and this lesson just to show that we don't need to worry when it comes to Esau and his military might, because just like Elijah and Elisha, what Elijah says, open the young man's eyes that he may see. And he says there was the mountains were full of chariots, okay, horsemen. So those were speaking about the chariots, the so-called UFOs that were described as horsemen. All right. It's also called the Chariots of Israel. OK, so these are the things that are getting ready to fight for us, man. There's not much because Esau has a military might. The Lord is taking the blessing away from Esau. It's not us. We're giving Esau his judgment, just like Nebuchadnezzar was told, Belshazzar, Salakia, when it came to the writing on the wall, just like Pharaoh was told that, guess what? You're going to be jacked up. The Lord told you, let my people go. So the same thing is happening now, that the Lord is hardening Esau's heart and won't let us go, because there's clear cut signs of us waking up. The evidence is out. The overwhelming. There's no combatants that came against this truth and have gotten a W, won. So this truth is prevailed, man, and it's growing. It's growing like a like a mushroom on Esau's kingdom. And it's taken over, man. All right. And it says Congressman issues grim warning after viewing classified UFO footage could turn Earth to charcoal, not just U.S., the Earth. That's why it says one angel can destroy the Earth, man. OK, let's pull that real quick. Let's pull that right quick. That way we can get that. Here we go. Let's do this. Watch this. Let's see if it pulls up. Oh, let me see here. And all right, I know I'm spelling it wrong just to get it on there. Let's see this. Oh, hold on. Salakia, but it's Excel. I think I might have spelled that wrong. Yeah, of course. Okay, here we go. This is Psalms. The Wadi Abashimi Al. This is Psalms 103 and verse 20. And it says, bless the Lord, ye his angels that excel in strength, that do his commandments, hearken unto the voice of his word. So the angels excel in strength. All right. But we know he's saying that the one that can turn the earth into charcoal, burn it. But we know that, guess what? That's going to happen. But it's not going to burn the earth, because the earth is going to maintain forever. But Babylon is going to be touched just by missiles and angels. You know, they won't. That's why these guys in these other camps, certain of them do push that. I won't argue with that. But definitely when it comes to these Christians, they don't have any idea and grasp the magnitude of it. It's almost kiddie. It's almost preschool once you really understand the school. Once you understand this teachings and this word, how low level the church is on. They're not fully understanding. They're not grasping. They're not seeing the revelations of these things, because that's why it says the truth is scarier than fiction. Because guess what? Those are movies you watch. You can turn Independence Day off. If you wanted to, it don't matter how bad Independence Day gets. Guess what? It's still a movie. You still can turn it off. Those are props. Those are CGI. Those are things that are made, and it's something to captivate you. But this is real life. You can't turn this off. Esau can't flip the switch on this and pretend there's no chariots that can burn and char his kingdom, man. These are the real reality that he has to deal with. And now it's coming to a head because we've woken up. That's the name of the game. The elect is the name of the game. That's how the game is won. The prophecies and the elect, but the elect trigger those prophecies. And it says could turn earth to charcoal. And then let's go down here. It says a Tennessee lawmaker issued a dire warning after claiming to have seen classified UFO footage that hasn't been released to the public. Rep. Tim Burchett, representative of Tennessee, speculated extraterrestrial life forms could have technology that humanity can't handle during the appearance of the Event Horizon podcast. It says if they're out there, and if they have this kind of technology, then they could turn us into charcoal briquettes, he said. So that's listen to the magnitude of that. What he said, they witnessed something that he can't even put into words for real. But to say that they can burn Esau, man, burn this kingdom. No problem. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It says, and if they were traveling, if they can travel light years or at speeds that we've seen, the physics as we know it, fly underwater, don't show a heat trail, things like that, then we are vastly out of our league. So the same thing you're seeing is Esau's it's setting in on his mind that these things, because these are fear. That's like the curses come upon us as a nation. We started to fear. We started to live in that dread because the chariots jacked up Israel too. So if the Lord used the holy angels on his beloved people, what makes you think he's not going to let the angels get down on his enemies, which we've shown more. We can go through a whole video of examples of the Lord sending angels to do judgment on the planet Earth, man. Okay? So let's keep reading. And it says, we can't handle it. It says, Burkett said during the podcast, we couldn't fight them off if we wanted to. That's why I don't think they are threats to us, or they would already have been. But it's the point of prophecy. That's why it says that enter into the house of the thief. So they're watching and monitoring because they're under the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So they're not moving. They're not shooting a laser beam, nothing until the words of the Lord come to pass. That's what we're all waiting for. The prophecies, man. Prophecy. That's why it says the Lord is the Mashiach is a spirit of prophecy. So these are the things that you must keep a hold of to know that what time we in. To show you the angels, even in they're powerful. I just read that in Psalms. They still under orders, man. They're in order. They're not out of order. They're in order. It's impossible for angels to go off, man. No matter emotions, because guess what? If you was in there with emotions, you would have laser beamed an Edomite installation because you lost patience, man. That's why the angels are programmed to do the Lord's bidding. This is Isaiah 66 and verse 15. Listen close. Behold, the Lord will come with fire. And that's read 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. I got that next. But this is saying that the Lord, Yahweh Shai, what they ignorantly call Jesus, will come with fire. He's going to come. And what do you think he's going to come with? The fire of the same type of fire, if not greater, than what that congressman seen on whatever video, for him to come to that conclusion. So this is the power that's coming on earth. It says, for behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind. That's what you ignorantly call UFOs. Chariot, because what was the Lord called up in? A chariot. But they called it a cloud then. So what, they got clouds and chariots up there? You just swap out, pull up in the cloud and leave in the chariot? I'm playing. But the point is there that it's different names for the same thing. That's why prophets received different visions in different ways, but it represented the same event, the same thing, the takeover and the establishment of the kingdom of heaven under Yahweh Shai's rulership and under Yahweh, his father. Okay? Now that's what, and he's coming back to Israel. He's going to be a father to the nation of Israel, man. Okay? The beloved, the chosen. That's why you read in the Apocrypha, he says, you've dug thee one pit, chose thee one lily. Okay? For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariot like a whirlwind to render his anger with fury. Because why is that? Read Revelation, it says him that pierced him. Hear that him that pierced me. See? So and we're under the same banner of the kingdom or a nation ruling, which were the Romans, which go back to the Edom. Okay? What you see ruling today is the same power structure that was here that crucified the Messiah, if not the same exact people, man. Okay? It says because those two men are back in the reincarnation. It says, for behold, the Lord will come with fire, and his chariots like a whirlwind to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. So that fire is coming. So that guy, that rep was correct, but he didn't see the fullness of it. That fire is inevitable to come. For by fire and by his sword, what's his sword? The chariots. Because if you read boss of a shield, when you're going into that word of chariots and clouds, you're seeing the different definitions of it, but it's talking about the same thing. It says, will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. Just like he said he can turn the earth into charcoal, man. So, but imagine him just doing it to the one landmass or a few land masses. It says, for by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. So this is happening. It's going to happen. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, no maybe, possible. No, it's going to happen, man. This is the book of 2nd Ezra 3 and verse 18. Let's pull it up here. It says, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him. Because why would they try to subdue Yahweh Shai? Why? I thought they love Jesus. That's him coming back. But why would they want to? Because it's not the one, they've never been with it. It was only used for a cliche. Because the elite of the elite that are going to be able to run these type of operations, guess what? They're going to be fully engulfed in wickedness, man, on the left-hand side. So they're going to try to fight against the Lord with all their armies, mights, because they rule the earth as is, man. It says, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. Why I read this is to show you that they're going to be spooked, just like this. The senator's spooked. The representative is spooked. He said he didn't know how to put it into words to turn the earth into charcoal. But guess what? These fighter pilots and different army, they're going to be spooked to see what they're seeing at or looking at, but they're going to continue to fight because the Lord is going to put the spirit on them to continue to fight, man. Okay? Now let's get the reason Let's get the reason. Now, this is the banger. Call her Lord for this, man. This is Second Thessalonians. Because why is this happening? Just not on top of the prophecies. Why is it happening on the whole? Because the Lord has to do this to free us. We can't be free unless this event takes place. This is 2 Thessalonians 1 and verse 7. It says, and to you who are troubled, rest with us. That's to the hopeful elect, those out there that sigh and cry just like righteous Lot did. So this is how you come back to the Heavenly Father by way of His words, and then you hope and you rest. That's why it says we were not put in our graves. We're resting. We might not be, how you say, in power right now, but guess what? The ball is rolling. Just like a tree takes time to grow, just like a big oak tree, a forest takes time to grow. So this ain't going to just happen, but it's happening. That's the key thing. It's happening, not happen or maybe or possibly. It's happening. All right. We just have to grow into that fullness that the Lord has coming, man. And to you who are troubled, rest with us when the Lord Yahushua Mashiach shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels. Slakia. In flaming fire, taking vengeance. What is vengeance? He that toucheth you touches the apple of mine eye. Okay, the rape, rob, and murder of the Native Americans, Latinos, and Negroes, man. Okay, that just spread out through the four corners of the planet Earth. Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Those are the children, the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which is the promise. Okay, in flaming fire, taking vengeance on them that know not Yahweh and that obey not the gospel of the Lord Yahweh Shah Mashiach. Okay, so that's what you see coming with this fire, and the Edomites can see it, man. They're being troubled. They're being pestered. They're being put into a position of straits. Dude, but that's part of that curses now, man. Because at one time they felt like they couldn't go down. This is 2 Peter 3 and verse 7. It's a lie. 2 Peter 3 and verse 7. It says, but the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto the fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men. Okay, so that's what you see getting ready to take place on the earth. The freeing of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans by way of what? The chariots, man. That flame in the fire by Yahushua himself. Okay, this is second. Let me get this. I wanted to get another translation that actually gets this a little bit better. It looks like it missed some things. Here we go. This is a Living Translation. It says, God will provide rest for you who are being persecuted, and also for us when the Lord Yahushua appears from heaven. He will come with his mighty angels, man, to save the elect, man. And I pray for that day to come soon, that the kingdom of heaven may be established under the beautiness of the elect being delivered, the prophecies being fulfilled, and Yahweh establishing the earth in righteousness, man. So Lord willing, said upon lesson, I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to say, call Halorim Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Bachakwadash, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Bahashem, Bachakwadash. Until the next time, I say shalom, and more now than ever, keep faith.